The first book is done. It is sitting on a shelf in homes I will never visit, being read by children I will never meet. And I'm sitting here with an empty page. This is what the second book looks like before it is a book. This is what it looks like before it is anything. There is something that happens between finishing one book and beginning the next. A space, not a creative block, something more specific than that. It is the knowledge that you have done it once, and now you have to do it again. And the second time you know more. You know how long it takes. You know how many versions of a single spread you will reject. You know what it costs. That knowledge makes the blank page heavier. The first time I sat down for Pirates, I did not know what I was getting into. This time I do, and I'm sitting here anyway. That, I think, is what separates a first book from the second one. I have a ritual before beginning. I make something before I sit down to make something. Then I sit, sketchbook open, pencil in hand, and I do not draw for a while. I just sit with a blank page. People who have never made things professionally sometimes find this strange. But the blank page is telling me what it is not yet ready to become. And I'm not going to rush that. The first marks are not illustrations, they are conversations. I'm asking the page a question with a pencil. What lives here? What is this character? What does this story feels like in line form before it becomes words? In picture books, a character personality is their silhouette. Before a child can read the name, before they know any of the story, they see the shape on a page. That shape has to mean something. I draw the same character 6 times on the same page before I choose a direction. Small, fast, no commitment. This one is too staticky. This one, interesting posture, wrong weight. This one, she already knows too much. There is no arcs left for her to travel. This is the beginning of what I call the character stress test. Before a single finished illustration exists, I need to know that this character can hold across multiple emotional states. Can she look afraid and still be recognizable? Can she look determined and still look like the same kid who was afraid 3 pages ago? Character continuity is one of the hardest technical challenges in picture book illustrations. A style can drift across 20 pages, and proportions can shift. A character who looks one way on page 4, it might look like someone slightly different on page 20. The stress test is how I prevent that, by exploring the streams before committing to anything. There is a moment in every session where something becomes real, where one line stops being a question and starts being an answer. It happened today on the shoulder. Space Commander's shoulder has a very specific tilt, forward and slightly down, like she's always leading with her intention before the rest of her body catches up. When I drew that line, that particular angle, I felt it. The way you feel when a sentence is right. Not perfect, just right. That is the honest line. Everything else in this session was searching for it. We found it. One line, one shoulder, a whole character lives somewhere in there. This is not a Space Commander yet. This is the first conversation I have had with her. The second book is starting the same way that the first one did, with something raw and uncertain and alive. The gap between a finished book and a blank page is the most honest place I know. It is where you find out if you're going to do it again. And I'm going to do it again.
Tremendo fallo desde el punto penal. Vamos a analizar todo lo mejor. Dunga, ¿qué le está fallando a esta Brasil hasta ahora? ¿O qué está haciendo bien las cosas Noruega?
A Brasil está saindo bien, está faltando os últimos um quarto.